السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بكم، معكم محمود. في هذا الفيديو سوف نقوم بشرح منهج Traveler 2 Lesson 1D in the News. Vocabulary. الآن سوف نقوم بقراءة أهم المفردات أو الكلمات الموجودة في الدرس. قم بكتابة الكلمات في المربعات التي أمامها، ولا تنسى تحميل أوراق العمل من الرابط في أسفل الفيديو. A flock of, completely, except, filled, meter, knots, pull, surround, within minutes, accident, be on fire, crash, injure, smoke, brake, engine, fence, kph, missing, opposite direction, sheep, tracks, ambulance, emergency, bear, die, put out, tragedy. When reading, A. Discuss. Do you know of any serious transport accidents? You can answer yes, I do, or no, I do not. How do you usually learn about serious accidents? I usually learn about accidents from newspapers and television. B. Read the headline of the newspaper article below. What do you think it is about? Read the article and check your answers. Train derailed by sheep. Now we will listen to the reading. After we listen it, I want you to read it with yourself. Okay?
1D. In the news. 1. Reading. Train derailed by sheep. An intercity train was derailed in South Wales yesterday. The train was travelling through a tunnel at 160 kilometres per hour when it hit a flock of sheep that was going in the opposite direction. The train came off the tracks, fell onto its side and skidded for another 200 metres before coming to a stop. Fortunately, nobody was killed, but 28 people were injured, 5 of them seriously. The police, fire crews and the ambulance service were all called immediately, and they arrived within minutes to rescue the people. The injured passengers were taken to local hospitals.
It's a miracle that it was not a greater tragedy,
said Stephen Jones, one of the firefighters.
When we arrived, smoke was coming out of the tunnel, and we thought that the train was on fire. A fire in a tunnel is, of course, a very serious matter. But luckily it was only the engine, and we put it out very quickly.
Amazingly, the train driver was not hurt in the accident. He said later,
As soon as I noticed the animals, I pulled the emergency brake, but it was too late.
The tunnel was damaged and the train was almost completely destroyed. Overall, £2 million of damage was caused. All the sheep except one died in the crash. The lucky survivor was rescued by a police officer and is now called Lucky Lucy. The local farmer, who owned the sheep, has no idea how the accident happened.
I have lots of sheep and they are kept in a nearby field which is surrounded by a fence. I don't know how these sheep got out.
How this accident happened is a mystery.
After we finished, listen again and write T for true, F for false, or NM for not mentioned. 1. The train crashed in the tunnel because it was traveling too fast. False. 2. There were 28 passengers on the train altogether. False. 3. The firefighters took a long time to arrive. False. 4. Not all of the train was on fire. True. 5. The train driver did nothing to stop the accident. False. 6. Trains will be able to use the tunnel within a few days. Not mentioned. 7. The damage to the train is about £2 million. False. 8. Only sheep were killed in the accident. True. 9. Lucky Lucy was returned to the local farmer. Not mentioned. D. Find words in the text that have the same meaning as the ones below. Try to find the meaning of these words from the text. 1. Came off the tracks, was derailed. 2. A group of, a flock of. 3. Hurt, injured. 4. Save, rescue. 5. A very sad event, tragedy. 6. Stop from burning, put out. 7. Somebody who survives, survivor. 8. An area of land in the countryside, field. 2. Vocabulary. Words easily confused. We have here some words. They are confused when we use them. Complete with the words in the boxes. Damage, injured. 1. One of the players was injured in the match and was taken to hospital. 2. The school was damaged by the fire. Survived, rescued. 3. Only 2 people survived the plane crash. 2. Luckily, the boy who fell in the river was rescued by his brother. Look, watch, notes. 5. Thousands of people around the country watch this football match. 6. I always take a window seat on the train. I look outside and think while traveling. 7. Did you notice the size of their house? Grammar. Passive voice, present simple, past simple. Present simple, passive. Formation. The passive voice is formed by some rules. We have some rules to form the passive voice. We have active voice. Subject, we begin with subject, and verb and the object, like a lot of people speaks English. What are these rules? 1. Begin sentence with the object instead of the subject. Here we begin the passive voice with the object. English, it will be in the beginning. 2. Put after the object the verb be in the appropriate form. Use am, is, are in present simple. After we begin with the object, we use verb be. In the present simple, it will be am, is, are. Here English is singular, so we use is. 3. Put the main verb in the past participle form. We change the main verb from present simple to the past participle form. Here speaks will be spoken. 4. Use the prepositions by and after it put the subject of the sentence. Here we put by and we put the subject a lot of people, and we can omit it or delete it. Examples. 1. The train driver drives the train. The train is driven by the train driver. 2. China speaks Mandarin. We will begin with Mandarin. The object is singular. After it we put is, and speaks is spoken in China. Mandarin is spoken in China. 3. They call me Omar. We will begin with me. It will be I. I am called Omar. Past simple, passive. Formation. In the past simple voice, we form it as we do in the present simple. Only we use the verb be in the past form. Was, were. Was with singular noun, were with plural noun. Here we have active voice, subject, verb, object. Omar scored 3 goals. We will begin with the object. Here passive voice, it will be subject, 3 goals. 3 goals is plural, so we use were from the verb be, and scored, it's the same, scored. Omar, it will be by Omar. Here examples. 1. I repaired the roof last year. We will begin with the roof, and it's singular, so we use was after it and repair the same. The roof was repaired last year. 2. We took the passengers to the hospital. We'll begin with the passengers, and they are plural, so we use were. The passengers were taken to the hospital. 4. Practice. Complete with the present simple passive or the past simple passive of the verbs in practice. 1. Every year, an end of year dinner is organized by the students. 2. The furniture was delivered to our house last Saturday. 3. My friend Salim was hit by a car, but luckily he was not injured. 4. Nowadays, mobiles are used by almost everyone. 5. Mandarin is spoken in China. 6. All the people were rescued from the burning building, but the building was completely destroyed. 7. The cough medicine is or was kept in a cupboard in the kitchen. 5. Speaking. Talk in pairs or small groups. Read the newspaper headlines below and use your imagination to describe what happened in each of the situations. Here we have these headlines. We want to read them and we want to speak about them. Like lost climbers found by rescue team. Some people that they were lost and a rescue team found them. You can say a group of climbers were hiking in the Alps when there was a terrible storm and they got lost. Luckily, 3 days later, they were found by a rescue team. Many injured in bus accident. We have bus accident and there are a lot of people were injured in this accident. 10 paintings destroyed in fire. We have a fire and it destroyed 10 paintings or 10 pictures. Missing child found at zoo. We have a child that was missed in the zoo and they found it. Students saved by teacher. We have some students that they have an accident or anything like this and a teacher rescued them. Storm destroys 20 houses. We have a storm that destroyed 20 houses in the city. We want to report them. Make groups of 5 students and try to speak about these headlines. Okay, now good luck to everybody.